would like them to think a little after like all these years of studying abroad and getting a better education. And I asked her that and I told her that I feel that maybe if I work at a place like that, I would be able to have my own free time to do stuff I love, like read books or go out more. And then she started saying that, yeah, that was fine if I was happy, but she would also like expect us to take care of them when they are older. And I wasn't really thinking about that when I asked the question, so I guess I made a funny face. And then my dad was like, I don't remember what he said exactly, but he told my mom that she should basically lose all her hopes that we would take care of them because we were just like so focused on ourselves. And then later he said that we don't have very high aspirations in life. And then he said that he didn't see my older sister and I working because we're just too lazy. And like that really hurt me, and like
that hurts, I can totally understand.
Yeah,
I saw
was
my
like,
mother cry and complain that I'm ungrateful and all those things. It was so, she would make me so painful.
Yeah, like that really hurt me. And I didn't say anything after that. He knew I was super angry. And he just kept on messing it up. And I didn't say anything. I just looked at my sister and tried to think about something else. And it was so awkward because we were at a restaurant, so we were outside. People were around us, and I felt like crying, and I couldn't cry. And then my mom was still talking, and honestly, I just wanted them to shut up. And then when my dad noticed that I was really, really angry and upset at what he had just said, he apologized, but I think that he doesn't really know how to deal with us because we are 4 women in the house and he's the only man. And so every time he sees us like upset, he doesn't really know how to react. And so like he tried to apologize, but while he was doing that, he was kind of laughing or smiling. I guess he was nervous or something, but that just made me even angrier. And I was like, what are you doing? That's not a genuine apology. And so yeah, that was. And then after that, I was just very upset at him, what he said, and I was in a bad mood, and we tried to talk. And then some other day we were at the beach, and then he was like, why are you mad at me, Gaby? And then I told him, like, hey, what you said a week ago really hurt me, and I don't think you understand us. We try to understand you so much, but you just... And then also, some other thing that he does is that he just assumes what we think. He's like, she thinks that we are bad parents, and she thinks that no. And I'm like, Dad, if you listen to me more carefully, you will realize that I'm trying to let you know that I love you and that I understand what you're saying. Just try to listen to me in the same way that I try to listen to you, you know? And then that conversation didn't go well either. So yeah, and then I came here. So that was, the last 2 weeks were kind of tense, and it was my fault. Like, I tried to be fine with it. I was like, okay, that's in the past. I know he probably regrets saying that. But like the weird feeling was still in there, and I just couldn't help it. So
The distance somehow helps, right? I don't know, because like maybe in the end of the break it was very tense, and then you moved here, and then somehow you missed your parents missed you. There were some emotions, and the emotion just healed the conflict a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to fix it before coming here because I didn't want to leave having that feeling, you know. I don't know if I did actually. I don't remember. I don't even know how I feel now. I think that talking about that makes me a little bit mad again. But no, I don't have any resentments towards my dad anymore. I don't think so. And the thing is that also, like last summer, there was some tension between my older sister and I, almost for the entire summer, so 3 months and a half. But the thing is that, like, the last 2 weeks before coming here, we had a conversation, and I just feel that we really bonded, and that fixed all the tension we had during that time, and then coming here, I felt so much better, and I felt relieved, and I was like, okay, I left home being like fine with everyone. So I wanted to have that feeling before coming here again. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, at least with my sister, I talked to her, and I know that she understood why I was behaving like that. I understood why she was feeling like that too. But with my dad, it's hard to talk about feelings with him. And then when I start crying, he just doesn't know what to do. He freaks out, and then he wants to leave. Like, you just see him like, okay, bye.
Just maybe he's not used to expressing his emotions.
Yeah, he's not. And I try to understand that as well. Like, okay, don't get mad at him because he feels uncomfortable. But like, it's just emotions.
At least if you're uncomfortable, it means that he wants to do something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just that I guess that he relates that, oh my god, my daughter is crying, that means that she's sad. I should do something to fix it, and I don't know what to do. But like, okay, you have good intentions. I get that. Yeah, I guess that when I cry, I don't feel like, oh, I'm super sad and angry. I just feel like, at this moment, I am feeling this way, and crying would make me feel better, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to feel like this for the rest of my life. It's just right now, at this moment.
I mean, like, what I thought at the time, in similar situation, was that I cannot expect to come home every winter break and then have a tense week and then cry in the end, like this. But maybe it will happen all the time, because like every time I go out, I learn something new and I bring back, and if I cannot hold it, then the conflict will emerge again. Should we expect conflicts to be part of life, or should we now? Because like what I really fear is that if we don't have conflicts, if we don't confront our differences, then there'll be a time that we, realize that we are people loving each other but can no longer understand each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm trying to do now. Like, I don't even try to tell them my opinion. Not as much as I used to. Because of love, and that can be something good and bad at the same time. Good because we avoid having like these fights and quarrels, but bad at the same time because like there is no understanding. But there will always be conflict, and I don't want to hurt my parents anymore. I try to avoid that as much as I can, and that's why I told you that if they asked me to go to church, I would do it. And then also another thing is that I know I kind of know who I am, and yeah, they might have a different opinion about something, but then in that case, I guess that I'm just gonna do what I believe is better, and then I will let them do what they think is better. If I see that they aren't hurting anyone, but yeah, and then sometimes words aren't even necessary. Maybe if they see how you're behaving, or your actions, or your, how do you say, like your reaction towards something, towards a situation. I hope that if that they will learn something from that, from just like, because that's another thing, like we are children and they think that we can only learn from them, and they don't usually see that they can also learn from us, or at least that's how I feel in my house. But
What kind of lessons do you expect them to learn from you?
learning from me, that they have learned from me.
Yeah, what kind of lesson do you expect them to learn from you? Like, it's not just about having a more individualist and free life, right?
Yeah, I mean, to have more fun, because yeah, to like enjoy life more, to care about oneself as well. What I was telling you, like not give up everything just for other people. But what else? I don't know. Like, I think that again, more than teaching them how to live or what's the purpose of life or anything, I just want them to understand me the way I feel like I understand them. But
So, do you think you understand your parents?
I try to. Like I really try, and I don't. I try not to judge them
And understand them as parents or as friends?
as parents. What?
As parents or as friends? Because I
As
think that
parents.
there's,
I don't see them as friends.
because like when I see the way my parents judge my grandparents, for example, and I just feel very funny because like they are very dutiful, they are very responsible, they care for them, they bring money, they bring stuff, they have them travel, something like that. But I don't think that there's a real conversation between them. Like the way I can tell my parents everything. It's just, you know, at some point, probably at some point during their parts of growth, just stop sharing very intimate things with their parents no more, and they only discuss very pragmatic concerns and all those things. And somehow I really fear that one day, like my relation with my parents will become like that. It's just the idea of responsibility, love, those things, but no longer profound understanding.
I don't know.
But one thing I can say for sure, my parents never talk back to my grandparents.
Never what?
Never talk back to them. Never challenge
Uh-huh.
their ideas. Never.
Yeah.
And probably that they expect the same from us.
Yeah, the way I see my relationship with my parents right now is like the first case you said, that there's just gonna be like love and care and responsibility, but deep understanding. And then the thing is that I just find it so hard, and even to talk to my sister who has very similar opinions to me, like something that is so personal and that I would love to share with them is the experience of being abroad, like going to EWC, coming here. And then, like, especially after UWC, I was so sad all the time, and they they were sad because I was sad. And I try to tell them like, hey, I miss my best friend, I miss Duino, the place where I was living, I miss my ex-boyfriend. And then every time I would talk about them, I would start crying, and it's because I was sad, and they just didn't know what to do, and they didn't understand my sadness, and I didn't know how to explain it better than that.